In this video, I want to take a look at the basic information that Amazon makes it easy for us to take a look at. And this is the starting point from which we go and search for our products. Now, the place to find this is in the Amazon bestseller lists. And what we're going to start off by looking at is the Amazon bestseller ranking. And you can see the link to that, which is on the page there. Now, I'm going to go over to Amazon in a minute, but I just want to highlight the key information. First of all, we want to know what the item is selling for. And we've already established that we actually want a limited price range for that. The next thing we're going to look at is the number of customer reviews, because this gives us an idea of how much competition we're going to get in trying to sell this product. Now, if you've got a product that's got 10,000 reviews and you're trying to sell something with 50 reviews, then the weight of social proof is always going to be against you. So we're going to look for products which have got a lot less than 1,000 reviews, ideally, which makes it much easier to compete. Now, the next item is the bestseller ranking. Now, this changes in Amazon all the time, but it does give you an idea of how well the item is selling, and it's a really critical item to pick up on. And I'll be giving you recommendations as to where you should be pitching your benchmarks, but I just want you to understand the criteria at this point. We'll be able to see when we go into the item the number of competitors for that item. We'll be able to look at the number of images, and we'll be able to tell whether it's generic or branded. And those are the core bits of information I want to start with. Now, while we're there, or when you're on the website, you should note two things. One, you should note the URL so you can get back to the product item really quickly. And secondly, you need to get used to this idea of the ASIN, which is the Amazon Standard Identification Number. And every item on Amazon has got its own ASIN. And this is every unique product. And that's a critical point as well, which we'll come to later in the course. So let's go over now and take a look at what we can find on the Amazon website. So here on the Amazon website, I want to bring a few things to your attention. On the left-hand side, you can see the list of all the different categories they have. Now, each of those categories has got an extra subcategory and in cases subcategory, but we're just going to start at the top level for the time being. Now, at the moment, we're in toys and games, and we can see that the best-selling item in toys and games is Cards Against Humanity. We can see that it's got 13,120 reviews, which is an awful lot. We can see now in the actual item listing that it has got a $25 price. You can see immediately it's got 4 images, which are on the left. You can see the summary of the description. You can also see the number of questions, which again is something we can come to another time. And then if we scroll down, you get product details where we can find information about product dimensions, shipping weight. You can see the ASIN number right there. And you can see that it's #1 in toys and games and the bestseller rank and the number of reviews. If we go back to the bestseller lists, the main bestseller list, clearly Cards Against Humanity is a branded product produced by the Cards Against Humanity LLC. It's therefore very difficult for us to come up with a competing product for that. I've come over now to the home and kitchen department, and I've come here because I want to try and pick out a non-branded product that you might be able to compare with. And here we've got the silicone baking mat. So let's go and take a look at that listing. So here we are on the silicone baking mat listing, and you can see you've got 7 images on the left. You can see the price, which is $13.99. You can see the detail of the description. But because it's just a silicone baking mat, if we could source another silicone baking mat from China, or indeed from a supplier in the US, or maybe even a supplier in Europe, then you could then compete with this by just getting your own logo put on the corner of silicone baking mat. That is as much branding as is required. If we go down to the product description, you can see the weight, the ASIN number, it's got 80 customer reviews, and you can see the bestseller rank listing. So, but just by looking initially in Amazon, you can see where you can screen to try to come up with a short list of products that might be suitable for you to sell. So that's just an initial look at the key product information that Amazon makes it really easy for us to have a look at. I hope you found that helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.